guys, Miss Charlie here with another Empties and Declutter. I do these maybe once every 2 to 3 months, and I have a lot that I have gone through or are decluttering in the last few months, so let's go ahead and get into this trash. Right, so I'm gonna start with this palette. My bestie gave me this palette when it came out, about a couple months after it came out, because it kept selling out, and I wanted to try it. And I like some Morphe palettes. I have decluttered quite a few in my collection. I still have maybe 2, I think, left, and oh, 3. I have 3. I have one of the Dare to Create, which is like this one, but it's way better than this one, the James Charles. So me and her both tried this. We went on like a weekend. We went to Chicago and she surprised me with giving this to me, and we both tried it. Did not like it at all. I tried it again. Some colors in here are okay. Some are just no. I will link her video that she did years ago when this came out, her trying it, so you can see how it worked on her and whatnot. It was not good at all. But so I'm finally getting rid of sis. She's out of here. I have these Fisher-Price fragrance-free baby wipes. I use these as makeup wipes. I put them in a baby wipe container. Just keep refilling it. And then I add a little bit of micellar water to it, so it helps take off the makeup even better. And these I get at the Dollar Tree, and you get 72 for $1.25. So I've gone through 4 of those. Haven't really gone all the way through because there's still some in this container. But that's what I do. I transfer them into this container and use them as my makeup wipes, swatches, things of that nature. And then the Kroger fragrance-free wipes, these are really nice. I love these. I did take these with me when I went on my vacation. I put them in. Let me show you the cute little travel thing, if I can grab it out of this drawer. This is the cute little travel thing that I took with these, and it's got another one in there, and I did buy some more. When they're $1.50 at Kroger's on sale, I buy a couple of them because they're nice and thick, and you can cut them in half if you're trying to save money and use, have 2 out of 1. But this is the little travel container that I put them in, and you just stick them down in there. Seal it up. If I can seal it back up. And then it has the little thing, so you can just push it up and take them out. This is so cute. So I took those with me on my vacation, but those were wipes that I've gone through. These lotions from the dollar store, I love these. This is the Dermasil. This one is the dry skin treatment body lotion, and then the fresh aloe. I take these and I put them in a pump bottle that's on my nightstand, because it's easier. If I want something, I can just pump it instead of opening it up and squeezing it out. And I cut them all out and put them in that container, and I just put one more in there. So all the rest of these I've gone through, but there's one still in that container. But yeah, these are $1.25, and they're really nice all over body lotions, really nice, inexpensive. And I went through this L'Occitane hand cream. I like L'Occitane. I have their shower oil. I only use it for shaving because it doesn't really lather up, and I like a nice lather in my shower for body wash. But I use it for shaving, and it's wonderful for shaving. But I went through their hand cream that I got from a BoxyCharm Ipsy. This is a very good moisturizing hand cream. I could probably squeeze it and get a little bit more out, which I would probably try to do. in this aluminum container. I could probably get a little bit more out of there, but I went through this hand cream. Couple body washes. These are from Personal Care, also from Dollar Tree, the coconut vanilla. I love this scent. When I see it, I always get a backup. I still have a little bit left in my shower, but I have a different brand in there right now, a brand new one that I'm trying. It's a new scent. I think it's like a berries or something like that for the summer, but I love these. Inexpensive, $1.25, and they work just fine. Gone through this micellar water from Neutrogena. I got this from TJ Maxx for $5.99. This is what I mix in with my baby wipes. Just add a little bit in there so that, you know, when you want to take off makeup or after I cleanse, I always go over with a baby wipe with micellar to get any residue off. And this has hyaluronic acid. I would repurchase. I haven't been to TJ Maxx in a few months, and there's a couple things that I want to look for there, but I will look for another one of these, and it was a really nice micellar water. These antibacterial hand wipes from the Dollar Tree, $1.25. Pomegranate. They did not smell like pomegranate. They did have a little light citrus scent, but it was not pomegranate. But I just use this on my craft table when I do my nails or craft or anything like that. I always use an antibacterial wipe to wipe down the table, and this was nice to have. And I have another one kind of like this, but it is a different flavor. But yeah, I just use these to wipe down my craft table. 70% alcohol. This is the Swan version, Dollar Tree as well. I use this for when I do my nails because I do gel nails, and I always have an isopropyl alcohol available. I have several different containers that I keep it in, and this one is used up. Also from Dollar Tree, the luxury nail polish remover. This is the 100% acetone. I always have this too, again, for doing my nails. It's a good acetone, and I do have a little bit left in another one, so that will be an empty here shortly. But I will be getting a backup of this when I go to the dollar store this week. This toner from La Palette Beauty. This is K Beauty. This was their Hydra Blue Petal Serum Toner. This was so pretty. It had like blue petals in it, and it was a nice toner, and they broke down. There's still one kind of in there in the bottom, little blue petal, and they break down. It was a nice toner. I always use a toner when I do my nighttime skincare after I wash my face, cleanse it really well, and use my micellar baby wipe to get off any residue, and I always go in with a toner, and this was a really nice one. This is the Toy Factory Hyaluronic Oat Milk Oil Makeup Remover. This was nice. It was one of those biphase where you have to shake it up, and then I just put it on a cotton pad to take off makeup, and then go in with a gentle cleanser and then my regular skincare. But this was nice. This was from an Ipsy Boxy Charm. The Fenty Beauty, What It Do. I've already used this up, and I'm going to keep the bottle because it has a nice fine sprayer on it. So I've been using it for like my primer spray, and also for setting sprays that have too aggressive of a sprayer. So I'm going to keep the bottle just for the sprayer. But it's a nice primer or makeup setting spray. That's what it's supposed to be. It's really light, but I'm keeping the bottle for the sprayer. The Pharmacy Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Serum. This was nice. I always have a hyaluronic acid in my nighttime skincare. The one I have currently, after I use this one up, I have the Laneige. It's in this bougie packaging where you squeeze it up, and then it's got like looks like a little robot, and then you press it and dispense it. This is the oldest one in my collection after this, so this is my new hyaluronic acid after I use this up. Very nourishing, very hydrating, because it's supposed to help retain water or moisture in your skin. Love a good hyaluronic acid, and I love the Pharmacy brand. I also always have a a benzoyl peroxide in my nighttime skincare because I do break out a little bit on my chin. And I always have one, and this is the CVS brand and then the Clean and Clear brand. I have a backup already. I use my CVS points to get these for nearly nothing because I think they're about $7 to $8 a tube, and I can get $3 to $4 off or 40% off and get them, you know, a lot cheaper. But I always have a benzoyl peroxide or acne treatment in my nighttime skincare. This is the Neogen Dermology Retinol Serum. I always have a retinol as well in my skincare, and this one was a dropper form. It took a long time to use it because it is a serum, so it's very thin, and it penetrated the skin nicely, not greasy at all. And if you're mature skin like me, I am 57, you want to use a retinol to help with firming and things of that nature. And I have a retinol now, and I do have a backup of one too. But always have one in your skincare if you have more mature skin to help, you know, keep that firmness in the skin. Have the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. I finally got through this. I love the face base as well, but I finally got through that. It has a nice citrusy smell just like the face base, and you don't need very much of it, but I went through that eye cream. And also the Be Pure Sleeping Lip Mask with lavender oil from Dollar Tree. I went through the scrub, and I finally went through the lip mask. It was nice, light. You did have to keep reapplying it because I use it during the day, not just at night as a lip mask, because I like to keep my lips moisturized. But you do have to keep reapplying this during the day if you use it, you know, as a regular lip balm. The Milani Make It Last Flora. I love the Make It Last setting sprays. I do have a backup of this. I find these at TJ Maxx, and when I do, I snatch them up for like $3.99 because I think the Make It Last is like $7 or $8 when I can get it, you know, less than that at TJ Maxx. But this is a really, really nice setting spray, so if you see one at TJ Maxx, snatch it up. The Be Pure Lip Sugar Scrub in Peppermint. I depotted this and put it in a smaller container, so technically I'm still going through it. I still have a little bit left, but I did empty it out of the container. The La Mercier Matte Finish Setting Spray from Dollar Tree. This was okay, and it did not mattify. I would not repurchase it even though it was $1.25. I have way better setting sprays than that. The La Mercier Longwear Semi-Matte Foundation. This was really, really nice. When they first came out with these foundations, in the Dollar Tree I went to, they had the full color. They had all the colors from light to deep, which you don't see at Dollar Tree very often. They usually have a couple of shades or one shade. They had the whole shade range. And that was really, really cool. And this one, they don't put the numbers on the container. They put it on the packaging, which I don't understand why. If you can put it on the packaging, you can put it on the tube. But this was a very nice light to medium foundation. I mixed it with other foundations. It worked perfectly. I haven't seen it in my Dollar Tree anymore, but if you do see it, it is a very nice light to medium foundation. This hairspray from Lanza. This is their Keratin Healing Oil Finishing Spray. This was given to me by my friend Andy here on YouTube and on Instagram. Andy does stuff. She gifted this to me. I really liked it. It held my hair. Didn't leave any residue or anything like that. It was really nice, and I would consider purchasing a full size. Another foundation I have scraped out of here. This is the CoverGirl Matte Made foundation in the color D20, which is in caramel, true caramel. This, I really love this foundation. I've gone through so many of them, and I need to get a backup of this color because it's a cool tone. I have the T40, I think that's what it is. That one is a little bit warmer because I have neutral skin, a little warm, a little cool. and those two together were great. It's non-transferable, which means once you put it on, it's not going to transfer onto clothes. Your powder products may transfer, but this will not transfer. It lasts all day. It's medium to full coverage. You can get this at Walmart. This particular color they used to have at Walmart, but they don't anymore for some reason. I have to only order it online, but I will be getting a backup of this. This is a beautiful, wonderful drugstore foundation. Couple more concealers. I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I think I have one more in here somewhere too. But I used this one up. Nothing in there. You can see the bottom. This is in the color Deep Caramel. So I used that up. And the LA Girl Pro Concealer, this is in Fawn. This I put in another container because it got hard to squeeze out, but I still have some, but this is the empty container for it. Here's the other e.l.f. that I just used up in my project pan here recently. This is the regular Camo Concealer in Deep Chestnut, and I did get a backup of this recently with my CVS points, and as you can see the bottom in there. She is gone. There's a tiny bit left in there, but I'm not going to worry about it because I do have a backup and I have other concealers, but that's another one gone. Some mascaras. Finally getting rid of the Bad Girl Bang. I've had her in my project for probably 6 months. I love this mascara. It's so good, but she's drying out, so it's time for her to go. But that is what the wand looks like, so I will be getting a backup of this. If I see this in the drop shop or the 21 Days of Beauty from Ulta, I will be picking up another one. The Lawless Beauty, the One and Done mascara. This was okay. It was all right. I like the short bristles, but I wish they were just a little bit longer. And it's a drier formula, which I like. I don't like a really wet formula, but those two were in my project pan for, like, again, 6 months, so it's time for them to go bye-bye. The La Mercier Midnight Black Liner. This I did not like because as soon as you start using it, it would start to dry and get tacky and was hard to use when you start doing your wing. It has a really nice tiny tip on it, but I would not recommend, especially if you are a newbie with wing liner. This is not a good one to have because it will start to dry and get sticky while you're trying to finish your liner. So no on that. Finally used up this NYX eyebrow powder. This was in the color Espresso. Finally got that used up. This NYX Liquid Crystal Body Liner. I've had these for years. They also had them, I found them at Dollar Tree because the ones I had were starting to dry out, and I found some at Dollar Tree, and I still have a couple of those, but this one has dried out. These were great liquid liners. I just used them as a liner, and they were really nice to add a little pop of color and some glitter. I used up this NYX glitter primer. I put it in this container to use up. I used it up, and the rest of it is kind of dried, so I can't use it. But I'll clean this out and reuse the container. And I get these in the craft section of the dollar store. You get like 5 or 6 in a container, so these are nice. But I used up finally the NYX glitter primer. This is the Global Beauty Retinol Skin Cream. I got this from Dollar Tree. This did nothing. I mean, it says retinol, and retinol is way down on the list of this because Dollar Tree. I did try to use it, and it's really light if you want something, you know, really light or whatnot for retinol. But I didn't like it. I didn't see it doing anything to my skin, so I will consider to just either get my retinols from my BoxyCharms, Ipsy, or get them from TJ Maxx. Finish this tea tree oil. This is for your scalp. Get this from Dollar Tree. You can also get these at Walmart. I have this Palmer's coconut oil. This is a deep conditioner. I think I got this at, I'm not sure, I think they do sell these at Dollar Tree, if I did get it from there. These are really nice if you want a nice deep conditioning, which I like in the winter time when the air is a lot drier and my hair is dry. So I like to have something like this in the winter. So I get at least 3 uses out of this, and it really makes your hair feel really soft and moisturized. So if you see this at your Dollar Tree, pick it up and try it. Have this NYX Butter Gloss and the color Devil's Food Cake. I've had this for a long time. I love this color, but she is starting to smell. Yeah, she doesn't smell like cake anymore, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to let her go. Have some candles. This is from Sweet Little Box Company. It's in sandalwood. It's a soy candle. This was a gift from my work. They do gift us stuff all the time, or they give us a little thing where they'll send us an email where we can choose different gift sets, and this was a Christmas one, and it came with this. And I love a good candle, and this is sandalwood. I like a stronger sandalwood. This is a softer sandalwood, but it still smelled nice, and I appreciate my work for always gifting us things. But that was one candle. I have this one. This is from Dollar Tree. Yes, it doesn't have a fragrance or anything like that on the bottom, but it smells fruity. So I like a nice candle, especially in the winter. I like to burn a sandalwood, a bourbon, you know, something deep and woody in the winter time when I'm in my office / makeup room. It's where I work from home, and I like to have, you know, just my computer's on, the lights off, and have a nice candle burning. And this one was nice. It's fruity, so this would have been something I would have burned in the spring, because fruity flavors, fruity scents of candles I burn mostly in the summer and spring, and then woodsy, smoky, tobacco-y things in the fall and winter. But it was nice. It was okay. I spent another $1.25 on it. And then this Glade one, it doesn't have a scent on it. It came with 2 in a pack. These smell nice and clean and fresh. I like that kind of smell too, especially in the spring and summer. And I've already gone through one of these. So these are the candles, and I need to go back to TJ Maxx and look. I need to get there. I might do that this weekend. Get there, because they have some of the best candles, the ones from DW Home. Oh my God, I love their scent, so I need to get there and get me another candle. This Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette is destroyed, as you can see. And this was part of their Zodiac, I think. One of their collections years ago. It came with 4: Earth, Air, Wind, and Fire. I have the other ones. They're fine. But the Earth one, I dropped it and she shattered. So I'm sorry to say she has to go. I used up this Skylar fragrance from Skylar. This is their Vanilla Sky. This is the roller ball. I got this in an Ipsy Boxy Charm, and I also got one in my Scentbird. I love Scentbird. I'm gonna do a Scentbird video soon of some ones that I've used up and some suggestions. I love Scentbird. My husband loves Scentbird. I get it once a month, so I get him some to keep him for a few months, and then I get me some, so we trade off. I have plenty. I've been getting him some the last couple months, and I love this subscription because I am a perfume cologne person. I love my smell goods, and when I got this in my BoxyCharm, I love this scent. It's deep vanilla. I'll put the notes right here. It's a deep vanilla, but it's not sweet. It's deep. This is a great fall winter scent. And then when I saw that Scentbird had it, I bought it for my monthly, and then I poured it in the roller ball. But they don't have it anymore. They only have like samples, so I might have to just break down and get a full-size bottle of this. but this stuff is amazing. I'm gonna keep the rollerball, so if I get a full size I can pour some in here. It's great for travel, and I used the rest of it up. I took it with me when I went on my vacation, so I used it up. But I love this scent. I love Skylar scents, and Vanilla Sky is a favorite. The Illamasqua setting spray, the Hydra setting spray, this was fine. It was okay, and I used it up. So one more setting spray down. And then lastly, I just have these palettes I'm decluttering. The Suva Protege palette. Suva is no longer a brand. This is an eyeshadow and highlight palette. The shadows were nice. They were good. I've used this many times. I've used the highlights as eyeshadows because they are really, really nice as eyeshadows. Look at that. Very shiny. But I have these colors many times over, and I like my neutrals, but I have other neutrals that I like better, and these were fine. This would be a great travel palette, but I'm going to let her go. The Essentials from Violet Voss, again, neutrals. The quality of this is okay. It's not that great. I've used it. I got it in a BoxyCharm years ago, but it's a nice neutral palette. That's a nice caramel toffee color, and then this pink is very pretty. But I have colors like this, so, and I don't find myself reaching for it, so it's gonna go too. These two palettes from Crayon Case, these were gifts, but I don't find myself using them as much because the quality is all right. It's okay. And these come in different colors of the notebook. And these are the two that I have, the black one and the red one. I love a good gray. I love a good black. I like a smoky eye, and this is great for a smoky eye if you like those. The black in here is nice. This one has sparkles in it. This one has sparkles, but it's a lot darker. This is more of a smoky gray. This one is more of a black. They look the same. This one is more, you can see it's more of a steel color. But the quality is all right. It's all right. But I have reds and blacks that I like in my collection way, way better. But I appreciate the gift, but I'm going to let those go. I might pass some of these on if I find somebody who might want to try them or whatnot, so they go to a good home before tossing them. The James Charles, nope, that's going in the garbage. That's in the garbage. And then these two from Profusion, the metallics. I love this palette. I could not find it anywhere else other than Walmart, and I don't see it anymore. And then the Wanderlust, when it first came out, it was in round pans. It's all right. It's okay, but again, I could probably pass this on to someone who is a minimalist, who doesn't want to spend a lot of money on makeup, and this would work for them. And then they have a pop of color with the metallics, so I might pass this on. But these metallics are really, really nice. You can see some of them have been used a lot, like this gold. This gold is so pretty. It's like a coppery gold. Look at that. And Profusion has a nice formula, but yeah, I might pass these on to somebody who might want to take advantage of them. I'll go ahead and sanitize them and see if anybody wants them, but they're leaving my collection. Right, but those were the things that I have decluttered, used up, gotten out of my collection over the last 3 to 4 months. And again, I do these every few months. If you use any of these, let me know. Let me know your thoughts, any suggestions that you might have for me to try. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube and on Instagram. And we'll see you in the next Declutter Empties video.